All right, here we are, our 2011 Bennington 22SLi Pontoon boat for sale. We're here near the beautiful freshwaters, Norris Lake, Tennessee. This one will include the tandem axle trailer that is currently sitting on right now. Those are 2018 tires. Rear axle does have surge brakes, I do believe. And that is a 115 horsepower Mercury electronic fuel injected 4-stroke outboard motor. About 653 hours on that one, I believe. We'll confirm that once we climb on board. We're here for our video walkthrough tour. As usual, you're going to be able to find the full list of specifications, options, features, as well as all of our contact information over at our website, which is at www.yournewboat.com. We don't mention the asking prices in our video tours just because they'll often change between the time a listing is listed and when it is sold, but we do not hide those prices. I promise you that. If you take the time to make it over our website, whenever you do make it to the listing page for this one, you're going to see that current asking price readily available along with all of our contact information. Again, full list of specifications, features, options, all that good stuff. Now, I will tell you down in the video description of this video tour right now, there will be a direct link to that listing page. So that'll save you a little bit of time. If you're watching this on devices that does not allow you to view that video description, all you gotta do is go to yournewboat.com, type that into any web browser, whether it's your mobile phone or laptop, computer, yournewboat.com. When you see that orange lettering, look for the Find Your New Boat button. When you click that, it's going to show you all of our inventory and order of price. And all you got to do is scroll down until you get to this one. Again, this is the 2011 Bennington 22SLi Pontoon boat for sale with the trailer included. That's a 2010 Yacht Club trailer, 2011 boat, and a 2010 Mercury 115 horsepower 4-stroke outboard motor. So, again, we're here for our video walkthrough tour. Should start pointing out. We've got a 3-step ladder that will take you up to the deck of the boat, right here on the trailer. We've got the drive-on bunks for the trailer as well. And then, I don't know if that's caught your eye yet, but we do have lifting strakes on these pontoons. These are some large pontoons right here. These appear to be about a 4 to 5 inch lifting strakes. We've got those on both the outside of the pontoons as well as the inside of our pontoons. If you could look right here, the lifting strakes on both sides of pontoons, and then see that pontoon diameter. This is about a 32-inch diameter pontoon right there. So. Now, because it is a pontoon, I should also say it is going to be limited in speed. It really doesn't matter how much power you give it with the dual tune design. You're only going to go so fast. Anybody wanting to go faster than that, that's where you're going to want to switch to the tri-tune models. So this is essentially a one-owner boat. This has been in the same family ownership since it was new in 2011. I believe all of its time has been here on Norris, so it may have been a small stretch of time on Lake Cumberland, but it has always been in freshwater. And now here on the front deck, we do have a pair of docking lights and our nav lights. We have function tested all of these. Those all function just fine. And then what is right here, this is actually a mount for a trolling motor. There's no trolling motor with this one, but that is essentially where one could be installed or would be installed. And then we've got a large entry gate right here on our front deck. It's going to be about a 31-inch clearance here for this entry gate here on the bow. So that might help out some people. Now our other 2 entry gates, we've got 3 in total. We've got one over here on the port side, another one back there in the stern. Those are only going to be about 23 inches of clearance, but nice large, again, about 31 inches of clearance right here. And that's not going, that's going from right here. You notice when this door opens, it doesn't fully open up this whole area. So when we measure these, we're measuring from here over to the other side. Now this little opening right here may have caught your eye. This is a cutout, and this is here because that is where your trolling motor connection would be made right there. So your trolling motor can mount right here, and then you'd have the option of adding another battery or even dual batteries up here and making that connection for that trolling motor to power in right there. This one's rated for 12. And it is about 8.5 feet wide. That's our beam Our length on this one's about 21 feet 9 inches, I do believe is the length. We've got about 20 feet 3-inch pontoons. And then your length overall is going to be a little bit larger, and that's because your length overall, so our length at 21.9, that's going to be about to right there, the back of that transom. Now when you add that motor on, it's going to add another additional, what is that, maybe about 30 inches, something like that. We do have a 24-gallon fuel tank that's kind of situated right there in front of that motor. Of course, ski tow bar right here. And then, of course, that's that rear entry gate we just talked about. Let me head back up here to the front. We got storage under all of our seat bases here. This is the roto molded plastic seat bases. Now we've got these repositional cup holders right here. You can take these anywhere you like them. Wherever you're going to be sitting, you can always have a cup holder near you. And that's going to be the same for this set of cup holders right over here. You can move these around, put them anywhere you like. But yes, storage isn't underneath these seats. Let me move this cup holder for just a moment here. I'll lift this and show you. Got a spare prop under there. And we've got our mooring cover and cover support poles all down on this side. See, this bin's a little bit larger. I do appreciate the fact that these are not sectioned seat bases. This is all one piece, so that allows you to use all the storage underneath this one. Some of your other manufacturers, they'll save a little bit of cost by basically having these sectioned, and they'll just fit in. They have the end sections and then the middle sections. When you do that, you've only got the storage maybe in that one compartment. But here on this Bennington, we've got that full storage on this one here, which is especially nice. Anytime you do have, especially a larger bench like that, to have that larger storage. Storage over here on this side as well. It's our traditional kind of L-shaped seating area. We've got storage right under here. We've got some suction storage under this one right here, but it's with a purpose. We've got a little integrated waste bin right here. Of course, this will pull out. But then this whole lower part is all one unit. You have that Bimini top overhead. Got some storage underneath our helm area as well, and then that is a removable lounge table. You're going to be able to take that in and out of place. Storage underneath this bench seat as well. That's the only one I believe that's not on a hinge. And then over here at our driver's seat, we've got a Lowrance Elite 5 HDI. This is a Chartplotter and depth fish finder sonar. So we're actually in the split screen right now. We've got your Chartplotter right over here. This is trying to show us the water temperature right now, but we're out of the water, so that's our air temp. And then it's not real sure what to do with the depth finder. It's trying to get a reading on there, but that's why you're seeing that 54.8 flashing. Now when you're in the water, then that's going to give you a good depth reading. So you can see our positioning over here. And again, this is your sonar, but you've got several different screens to pick from. You can choose one that's purely all Chartplotter, where you're going to have a little bit larger map. And then, of course, you can move this around. Let's see here. It's your other sonars, and this is going to be a compass screen right there. Now, this is also going to show you your, actually, I believe you can customize this, but this is going to be a GPS speed right here. And you can reset trip times on that right there. I believe that's trying to show us we've gone 6 miles. So go back to this screen right here. So again, that's the Lowrance Elite 5 HDI GPS Chartplotter depth and fish finder. And then we've got a 12-volt power outlet right here. Accessory switch. This is not going to anything right now. Your navigation light switch here. It's going to be your fuel gauge right here. We've got a tachometer with a digital hour meter. That's showing us right now we've got 653.8 engine hours on that 115 horsepower Mercury 4-stroke heat electronic fuel injection outboard engine. It's your drive trim right here. And now this live well switch is actually what's powering our fish finder unit right here. Of course, you can move that to your accessory switch if you did want to install a live well, but that's why that is switched on right now. We've got docking lights and also functional horn. So now we've shown you that Lowrance. I'm going to go ahead and shut the power on it. Put our little cover back on there. And again, 653.8 engine hours. 2 cup holders here at your driver's helm as well. And we've got a Sony AM/FM CD auxiliary input stereo. We've got 4 speakers throughout. Now we'll point out that 3 of those speakers passed function testing just fine. We got one right here at your helm station, worked just fine. One across from there. And then this one over here worked just fine. We had a little bit of trouble getting sound out of this one right here. It could very easily be a wiring issue. But we do want to point that out to you. We do pride ourselves in representing our inventory as accurately as possible. So, okay, we've also got a fire extinguisher mounted on the floor right down there. Got a swivel driver's seat right here. We got a little bit of wear right here in your driver's seat. Now these armrests do raise up and down. This will of course swivel and recline, but we do have a little bit of a tear in the upholstery right here. And this is just some dirt right here. See that? That's will come off. We do have a little bit of worn seams right here on the driver's seat. So again, we'll just like to show these as accurately as possible. We've got carpeting on kind of the front, 2/3 of the boat. We've got the low maintenance vinyl flooring back here on what might be called the swim deck of the boat. But let me back up here just a moment. We do have a little bit of stain in this carpeting right here. Nothing major. This boat, in my opinion, is actually in really great shape. This right here, this might look like a tear from a distance, but just want to point that out. If anything, that's just a little, maybe a little stain or a scuff, but it's definitely not a rip or a tear. And then let's move on back. We've got, let's see, we've got 7 cup holders. We've got 9 if you count the 2 cup holders in a removable lounge table. I typically don't count those, but we've got basically 4 that you can put anywhere you like. You got 2 right there at your driver's helm, and you got another one back here in the middle of this L-shaped bench seating right here. Now, this is also what we would call pop-up changing room compatible. So you've got this hatch right here that's going to lift up for basically this rear sun deck or sun pad. Of course, you've got a door right here that will open up, and they've just got some fenders stored in here. That's going to be your battery, and there's your throw cushion right here. But Bennington's already put the snaps in this, so if you did want a pontoon with a changing room, if that was a must-have feature for you, this one's going to be compatible. You can get these aftermarket and put the frame and the canvas right on there. They'll have a little gas shock, and that can lift up. So I do like to call your attention to that. Go ahead and lower this down. Close that compartment as well. All right, I'll show you everything I need to show you here in the cockpit of the boat. Now, some people call that the playpen. We still kind of will call that the cockpit. Now, this is where you're going to have that other entry gate. It's going to let you come out here to the back. This is where we've got that 3-step swim boarding ladder, ski tow bar. And again, I think I did mention that's 24-gallon fuel tank. I called your attention to a few moments ago. And that's that Mercury. Again, 115 horsepower, electronic fuel injected, 4-stroke outboard motor. Got some tie-up cleats on each corner. And Bimini top overhead. And we've also have the full cover for this one as well. So now's the part of the tour where we will start showing you wear and tear. We've already kind of called your attention to that wear and tear there in that driver's seat. Otherwise, the interior is in really good shape. I mean, if you want to get really picky, we've got a small little break in that vinyl right in there, and then a little bit of wear in your stitchings, but those are not worn by any means. This boat, you can tell, has been kept undercover. And again, this is a one-owner boat. It's always been used in freshwater. Again, if you're going to want to get real picky, yeah, you get a little bit of wear in these things. But again, I would not call those worn. I would not call them even stretched. I think I saw one other area. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, that was just some dirt. And again, you've got a few little spots right here. That's just some dirt right there. That will come right off. And that's not even using any cleaner. So again, with the exception of the driver's seat, and like I said, a really minor stain in that carpeting, everything's in really good shape up here. Now, let me go ahead and climb off the back. I'll use our 3-step swim boarding ladder right here. Get down to ground level. Now, yes, pontoons are a little bit dirty from having set in the water. That can be clean, that can be pressure washed. That will improve your speed a little bit, but you do need to keep this out of the water if you want to maintain those clean pontoons. Again, 32-inch diameter on those with those lifting strakes. Now, right here on the rub rail, this is probably the next area of wear on this boat. We've got a little bit of wear right here in the rub rail. That's obviously bumped into something right there. You got a few scratches on this side, the rub rail right in here. And again, if it's me, that rub rail is where I'd like to see wear on the boat. I'd rather have it there than anywhere else. So a few scratches and dents and dings on that rub rail along the way. Now, above the rub rail, we've got this aluminum fencing in here. Now, right here, we've got some scratches on this corner right here. Now, we always also try to show you these in photographs, but especially on our pontoon fencing here. This is just aluminum. Some of this stuff's a little bit tough to see. Like the light has to hit it just right. So we'll try to show photos of this, but I will say sometimes those photos just don't show what we're trying to show. The video tour is really much better for doing that. So we've got those few little marks and scratches right in there. We've got a little bit of a dent right in here. You can kind of see the kind of just the shape of that. And then if we move on back, we got a few other areas right in here. I don't know if you can see that, two small little dents right there. Again, it probably depends on how the light is hitting it. And a few others on this panel. There's one right here above the Bennington logo, another small one right in there. And of course that changes too, again, depending on how the light hits it. So I'll come back this way with it. Just gonna kind of show you. But I caught something on the screen there and I'll try to go back for it. Now I don't see it. So maybe it's showing up on your screen. Little dent there and there. Two more or maybe three more up in here. A few little scratches in this, that navy blue right in there. A little bit of wear on that Bennington logo. Of course, that's just vinyl decaling there. And then below that fencing here on this, where are we at here? We're over here on the starboard pontoon here. We do have a few scratches. Of course, that's just a little rub right there. Nothing to get alarmed about there. Do want to pan back to kind of show you where that dent was on that rub rail. But then as we go forward, this is probably going to catch your eye right here. We got a few little scratches on these tunes. Now this is really nothing. That's just some leaves that have somehow got on top of that tune and trying to come out. This is basically just a little piece of flashing right here. But this is these little scratches right here, kind of on the tune right here. Nothing major, but obviously a little bit of wear. So we're going to show it to you. And let's move over the other side. We'll stop and kind of check our front entry gate as we go across. See if there's any dents, dings, or scratches in there. And then bear with me here. Moving on across. Similar kind of scratches up here on this front panel. A few little scratches right in there. That might be another one. Yeah, it might be another one right there. And coming around the corner here. And we got a few scratches right in here. Going from here on up to that area. We're going to kind of, like I said, continue to kind of move that camera around so you can try to see those. A little bit of spider webs down here. Don't let that mislead you right there. Try to knock that off. And then similar, you have some similar little dings in that paneling maybe. Might have been another one right there. Another ding or two right in here. You're going to see a few model numbers on here. We've got a 20 SLi here, but this one is a 21 on deck. Well, 20 pontoon length is going to be 20 feet 3 inches. Okay, when you figure the transom right here, that's where it's going to come in. I think it was about 21 8 inches. Again, we'll have all that over the website. And put a bit of dirt in there. It's going to wipe off. That's a little bit of a spider web. There were a few little dings right in there. I can see another ding in this angle just to the upper right of where that Bennington logo is back here on the back. Make sure that's not a spider web there. So one light scratch right in there. Maybe a little scuff right there above the T. A little mark in your vinyl decal right there in this corner. Okay, we'll go back up this way again. There's a few little dings down here near the bottom that did not catch my eye. My first pan through here, one or two there, and then that's where those scratches were there. Now, rub rail and down, small little dent right over here in the rub rail. For the most part, this rub rail's in good shape. I really don't see any signs of wear on it. Down on the pontoons, yeah, we got a few little marks. There's a small little scratch right there, lighter scratch right in there. Got another one right here and here. And then another little series here, and there's a little bit of indentation on this one. The nice thing about these pontoons, they can kind of take a beating, you never even know it. Yeah, you get up close there, you can kind of see where something's kind of rubbed into it a little bit. I think this one right here, this one's probably the worst of it, but again, a few of those scratches kind of continue on a little bit. That's all obviously up above the water line. You can also tell none of that pierced that aluminum as well. So a little bit of wear on the front of this tune over here on the port side tune. Starboard side looked a little bit cleaner. A little bit of wear on that one as well. No dents or major dents or marks or anything like that. So again, up here, this is where we got the 22SLi. And maybe the boat's a little bit confused when it left the factory, but yeah, it is a 2011, excuse me, 2011 Bennington 22SLi, again with that Mercury 115 horsepower electronic fuel injected 4-stroke outboard motor sitting on a 2010 Yacht Club tandem axle trailer. Although the date on the trailer was October of 2010, I believe that's technically a 2011 year model. But the Mercury outboard is for sure a 2010. So probably 2011 pontoon and trailer, 2010 motor. So, but again, one owner boat. Been in that same family since it was new. Trailers included. Full list of details, specifications, current asking price, all of our contact information is all going to be, again, over our website, yournewboat.com. For your convenience, down this video description is going to be a direct link to this listing, take you right to this page of the website. I believe yournewpontoon.com will also forward you just to our pontoons that are for sale site. It's going to be pontoons and tritoons if you want to save a few steps. But otherwise, any questions about this one, please reach out to us. We do not monitor the YouTube comment page, so if you do have any questions about this one, please take the time to make it over to the website. That's where you'll be able to contact us by phone, by text, or by email, whatever is most convenient for you. But we do like to remind you, if you call us on the phone, you get our voicemail. Keep in mind we are frequently in areas without cell phone reception. So if you want a return phone call, please just take the time, leave us a message. If you let us know which listing you're looking at and what questions you have, as soon as we either finish with the customer or return to self-service range, we will receive your message and return your call and have all those questions answered for you. So again, it's the 2011 Bennington 22SLi pontoon boat, motor, and trailer package for sale here near the beautiful freshwaters of Norris Lake, Tennessee. I thank you again for joining us. Again, any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to us. You can see two things coming up over your screen right now as we start to wrap up. One's going to be a shortcut to our current listings playlist at YouTube on our YouTube channel, which you can also get to via youtube.com/yournewboat. And the other corner is going to be a link to subscribe to our channel so you'll be notified anytime a new listing comes available. And I thank you again for joining us.